Hello, my name is Mike Laxton, and for my art history podcast assignment, I chose to analyze, interpret, and present Leonardo da Vinci's work, Last Supper. It has particular significance for me, as it is not only one of my favorite pieces of art, but represents a significant time in history for Christians. As a practicing Christian, with a hopeful future career in the Christian music industry, I felt it would be fitting to cover this piece of art. The title of the piece is very descriptive of it, recognizing the last meal on the evening before Christ's eventual betrayal, trial, crucifixion, and death. Painted during the High Renaissance period, Da Vinci makes good use of color to help represent the stylistic period and the pinnacle of great individual accomplishment for the Italian painter. Commissioned by Duke Ludovico Sforza of Milan in the late 15th century, the wall painting was created under a new technique devised by Da Vinci, painting with tempera and oil directly onto a thin layer of smooth, dry plaster. Covering a size that is over 28 feet wide and 15 feet tall, the massive size truly encompasses the significance the theme has within the monks that would serve in the monastery of Santa Maria delle Grazie in Milan, where the work was painted. Unfortunately, Da Vinci's inventive creation began to quickly deteriorate, as in within only a few years, the painting began to flake off with frequent restorations attempting to restore the piece to its original splendor. In addition, a poorly placed doorway, as shown by the red circle, and a near bombing during World War II have not helped in keeping the painting free from destruction. Da Vinci's Last Supper not only is a descriptive piece of art, but has been defined as very symbolic as well. Whether or not certain aspects were intentional may never be known, but several elements can be noted that may help provide more insight and thought-provoking inferences as to the imagery presented in the painting. One particular element specifically focuses on the specific time during the Last Supper that the painting represents. Based on the reactionary faces on the apostles surrounding the central figure of Jesus, as shown by the white circles, it is the announcement of Jesus' impending betrayal that is captured in this snapshot of the Passover meal. Another less obvious but notable characteristic of art of the High Renaissance period is the focus on painting biomorphic and more realistic images of physical bodies. Based on this trait, without prior knowledge of the painting's background, one might infer that Da Vinci himself was present to paint the scene while it was occurring. After analyzing the painting even further, not only is the image of Jesus central to the whole painting, but using a linear perspective, as I've shown by the white lines and circle, Da Vinci reinforces this even more, as an imaginary point behind Jesus' head serves as a central focal point in the artistic perspective, giving the piece an almost symmetric feel and arguably the greatest example of one-point perspective ever created. Perhaps symbolizing the concept of the Holy Trinity as believed by Christians is the grouping of the apostles in groups of three, patterning Christ's followers once again in a symmetrical modality with Jesus as the central focus, as shown by the white circles around the apostles. So much more can be said about Da Vinci's work that a mere 5 minutes can't cover. Some people have in fact analyzed the piece so deeply that bestseller author Dan Brown wrote a book, The Da Vinci Code, which was adapted for film by Ron Howard in 2006 and starred Tom Hanks. Both book and film emphasize not just symbolism in the art of Last Supper and Da Vinci's other works, but also mere clues of hidden theories that tell a whole new story all in itself. Having taken all things into consideration, concluding with this podcast, it has helped me to realize that not only is art a form of expression, but is subject to interpretations by many people, being reinterpreted many times over, with one particular interpretation never necessarily being 100% correct as to the original idea the artist was trying to portray. Perhaps that is why there are many enthusiasts in this ever-dynamic field, and it serves well as a reason for why in a field such as the entertainment industry, where different types of art are created, art history is a required course for Full Sail students. Thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoyed my presentation.